Hi there. Welcome to Pedro-Roura Law's YouTube channel. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 estate planning mistakes that you should avoid. So what's estate planning anyways? It's an important process that helps you protect your family, your assets, and ensure that your wishes are carried out after you pass away or if you become disabled. However, there's some mistakes that people make when creating their estate plan, which can lead to problems down the line for themselves or their family. So here are the 10 top mistakes that you should avoid. Number one is not creating your own estate plan. If you don't create an estate plan for yourself, the law gives you one, and it makes certain assumptions about what you would want depending on your family structure, whether you're married, have kids, your parents, siblings, just makes assumptions about what you want. The second biggest mistake to avoid is if you've created a plan, is to not update your plan. Everyone knows that life changes. As we go on year after year, things in our lives change. Not updating your estate plan can create problems for yourself or your family down the line. Another problem we see is not considering taxes. For some people, taxes is not a real big problem, but for a lot of people, it is. An easy example is if you have a 401k or an IRA, who you leave it to can have tax consequences to them. So taking that into account is important in how you structure your plan. Not using the right documents for each part of your plan. So when we create an estate plan for our clients, right, it's a series of documents that we create for our clients, and each one has its own function. Sometimes when people go do it up on their own, or they'll buy, a set of documents from, online or whatnot, right? We see that sometimes they try to do, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things in a single document. And frankly, it's just the wrong way to do it. And again, can create problems for themselves or their families down the road. One that we see sometimes, this one applies mostly to parents of minor children, is not having a guardian already named for your minor children. Unfortunately, we don't get to choose whether, we're going to live long enough to see our children grow. And if I were to, die before my kids reach the age of 18, right? And God forbid something happens to both myself and my wife, then we need to make sure that we have a guardian name for our minor children, who it is that we would want to take care of our children if we cannot do it ourselves. Another very common problem, we're at number 6 right now, right, is not properly titling assets. How your name appears on your home, bank accounts, right, and everything that you own, right, has an effect on your estate plan. So when we work with clients, we call it integrating or funding a plan, right? Essentially, we're looking at how each person owns the things that they have and what effect it has on their estate plan. Another very common related problem is not funding your trust, right? A trust can only control what is titled to the trust. Think of it almost as a box, right? If you create a trust, you're creating this box, but the box can only hold whatever you place inside of it. So if you create a trust and don't transfer anything into that box, then you've effectively done nothing. Another very common problem, we're at number 8 right now, is not considering who should be your personal representative and not having some backups. So the selection of a personal representative or trustee is very important because that's the person or people that will control the process after you're no longer able to do so yourself. You've passed away, right? So you can't manage what's going on, right? Having somebody that you trust that will be there to carry out your wishes is a very important part of this process. Common problem we see as well, so we're at number 9 right now, is not keeping the original estate plan somewhere that is both safe and accessible, right? Something we've seen from time to time is a family's not able to find the original will. Well, if you're not able to find the original will, then it becomes very difficult for that will to actually be admitted into the court process that we call probate, right? So having the originals somewhere that is both safe and accessible to the family is very important. And last but not least, is not seeking professional advice in creating your estate plan. It's not just a lawyer, right? Although, of course, we recommend consulting an estate planning attorney before creating your plan, but it's also an accountant, a financial advisor, all the different people that can deal with your money and can give you advice based off of your life and your family, your assets. It's very important that you seek professional advice from a knowledgeable professional. By avoiding these common estate planning mistakes, right, you're better off than 99% of the people out there who have not taken that very important step of creating a well thought out estate plan for themselves and their families. Again, this is Pedro Perez-Roura from the Perez-Roura Law YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us.